Did you want to finish our rap song?
You know, I was really disappointed that we didn't get to finish that.
Look at Leon.
For those on Patreon, you get to watch Leon nap this whole time.
I'll just put it on him.
That's perfect.
It's not even fair. I want it to be on me, so now I don't have to show my face.
You look cute today.
Thank you.
You look cute every day.
He's like, don't frickin' touch me.
Don't start talking, saying.
Don't start. So yeah, ew, that's so gross. I was talking to my mom. I don't even know what we were talking about, but her and I were like, yeah, we don't like. We're not soft. We're hard. Don't reassure me, sort of thing. I'm fine.
Don't say nice things.
Don't say nice things to me. We're actually talking about Ryan, my sister's boyfriend, and how he's like
English McMuffin.
Yes, but we were talking about how
gonna call
perfect
him
he
that
is for her, because he is sensitive, but like just enough sensitive to like understand her feelings and respect them,
and like give her space.
And
he knows whenever it's the right time.
Yeah, and I was like, and I need the
he
type
anticipates that.
Yes, and like I need the type where it's like, knock it off, straighten up, stand up,
set you straight.
Yeah, and my mom's like, me too.
I feel like I'm that for you as a friend.
Yeah, just shut up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your feelings. Okay, you're right. Suppress them. What are feelings?
Oh, man. Everybody's getting a good dose of how crazy Amy is today.
So, by the way, I am in therapy.
Amy's nuts. Just because you go to therapy does not make you nuts. Just
Correct.
Don't misconstrue that, people.
And
wrong with going to
anti-anxiety
therapy.
medicine and depression medicine. I'm on all of them.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm not on depression medicine for being depressed, though. It's for a side effect for my anxiety medicine.
I take extra magnesium whenever I'm stressed out.
Oh, magnesium puts you to sleep, too. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, you should always take it at night.
Oh, I take magnesium gummies. I'm naturally low on it because celiac, so it probably doesn't bother me.
Probably not, yeah. But yeah, it helps. When I had a workout trainer person, what are they called? Personal trainer.
Yeah. He told you magnesium?
You take magnesium at night. It helps you. It's like a natural vitamin for going to sleep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There's this container. So you know that Happy Coffee that I did a while back? They have this stuff called, I think I've told you about. Mm-hmm. You good?
Yeah, it just went all the way down my boob.
Were your boobs thirsty?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I know. We showered today, so now you're like, I gotta get sticky again.
Oh, yeah. I meant to ask you if you got to shower. Yay.
They're like, I want to be sticky again.
It does not smell anymore around Amy. But that stuff called Unwind from Happy Coffee.
Yeah.
My sister asked me what was in it the other day, and I've never actually looked at the ingredients. And there's so many good ingredients in there, like that naturally help you sleep, like valerian root and melatonin, and like there's like 1 milligram of melatonin in it, but there's so many other good ingredients.
Yeah. What would it be, like lavender?
Yeah.
And stuff like
lemon balm.
Wow.
Stuff like that. I know. I was like, wow, now I know what I'm putting into my body and I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah. It's better than when you look at ingredients and you don't know what the words are.
I think, what were we eating recently that Josh was like, that's in my car cleaning fluid or something?
Was it cereal? I feel like cereal has a lot of that type of stuff.
I don't know. It was something random that the kids were eating, and I was just like, sorry.
Sorry, guys.
It was probably like some kind of gummy bear or something.
Oh,
some kind of candy, I'm sure.
Yeah. I saw that Lucky Charms was recently recalled.
What? I freaking love Lucky Charms, man.
I know. My mom, growing up, we always called them Lucky Charms.
Okay, you didn't like them?
No, we loved them.
Oh, okay.
But my mom always called them Lucky Charms, so now I do.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I just call them Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
They're gluten-free.
Are they?
Captain Crunch is the best, though. I love Captain Crunch.
But does it leave a weird wax on the top of
yeah. And then also it tears up your mouth too.
Yeah, really bad.
But I love Captain Crunch.
No, is it do you do all the peanut butter one?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Oh my God, the peanut butter one's so good.
So good.
I do like the old school one though the best.
Yeah. I think my favorite is Reese's Pieces, hands down.
Reese's Puffs.
Or Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, I can't eat those.
Oh.
But that doesn't mean they're good. It sounds delicious.
And
Waffle Crisp. They just came back from like the 90s.
Really?
Yeah, they're so good.
So good.
They taste like syrup.
Yeah. Another one that
everybody wants cereal now.
I know.
Sunday morning, have a bowl of cereal.
Serial killers. Another one I really like is a good old Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh yeah.
But with nothing on them. Like some people put sugar on. No, just give me the Honey Nut Cheerios.
I like plain Cheerios with a little bit of sugar on them.
Oh, yeah.
Those just became gluten-free a couple of years back. I was so excited.
And then at the bottom, like afterwards, you just do like the sugar with the milk.
And then blueberries in them. Oh, I love putting blueberries in my Cheerios.
Normally for daycare, I put the bananas.
Ooh, I never had bananas in mine. Yeah. I always do like blueberries and strawberries.
Blueberries are
berries are expensive though.
Yeah, they are,
especially for daycare.
Yeah, we do berries at least once a week, but normally it's at the end of the week.
Oh,
when they start to like get a little soggy.
Oh. Oh crap! I have berries in here. I need to get rid of them.
The kids start sleeping a little bit better. I'm kidding.
They smell good.
Are these fermented, Miss Amy? No,
they're
not
fine.
in the least bit. Hey guys, this is our true crime paranormal podcast. That is Bree.
And that is Amy. And we are What's with the Neighbors.
What's with the Neighbors? Oh, I submitted this week. I saw in a podcast group that I'm in for My Favorite Murder. Someone posted like a Google Doc of a mega thread. Like that one that we're part of that girl.
Yeah.
But this one is just for true crime. And so you can submit your own, submit a document asking to be part of it. And so I submitted for us.
Yay! And they're cool. We love you guys. You guys are amazing.
So we'll see.
My Favorite Murder.
My Favorite Murder.
One of the inspiring podcasts out there that we like.
I will say that I have a window sticker of Stay Sexy. Yeah, and a sweatshirt of Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered, but I don't have our sticker on my car window yet. I need to go wash my car.
So what she's saying is she's supporting you guys, but not our own podcast. So that's okay.
That's okay.
That's good. That's fine. Okay.
And that's why we drink is another good one we like.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
I love them.
They inspired us.
Em and Christine, you guys are amazing.
Yeah, and
you guys got me into podcasts.
True that. What's their Eva?
Eva, yes.
Yeah, Eva. We need an Eva.
We do. Leon is very lazy.
Yeah. And then we have our other one. Who's that? Skelly? What's his name?
Yeah, Skelly. Skellington. No, Skelly.
Skelly.
Hank.
Oh, it was Hank. And then we have another employee, Hank, and he's a deadbeat.
Yeah.
And he just like hangs out on the shelf. So
clearly not doing anything.
Yeah. This is actually our listener episode.
Yeah. Everybody's like, what? So excited.
Listener episodes. Oh, we also need to do this afterwards.
Oh, yes. We'll just put it out so we remember.
So do you want to go first or do you want to tell a neighborhood story?
Oh, yeah.
Because I have a neighborhood story, but it's actually a personal one.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. Don't say anything. Okay. All right. So I got a whole bunch on my phone this week. Okay. I'm just trying to see which one is the best.
Do you want me to share mine while you're looking?
No, I have them right here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It says, "Hey, my name is," and it's crossed out, "and I'm in the room right next to y'all's, and I can hear everything you guys talk about. Last night, I was dying of laughter when y'all were talking about boners. Thank you all for making my day." They put a note on someone's door in their apartment.
Okay. But is that like also like how podcasts work? Like you hear two people talking, but you can't say anything back. That's like a live stream podcast for them.
I mean, but like sometimes whenever you do feel like you know the people who are podcasting, you do like reply back and you're like, no, you did this. Or no, this, or whatever. Or you should say this. I thought that was cute.
That is amazing. I love that. I always chime into people's conversations, whether they want me to or not. Especially at the store when people are talking, I'm like, actually,
same.
Have you checked out this product?
I just like talking to people.
Me too.
But I don't at the same time.
I hate talking to people. I hate it.
I'm really good at making situations awkward.
Yes.
Or making like a weird dad joke about something stupid, and then they just look at me like, what the fuck is her problem?
Yeah. Normally it's a joke when I'm talking to people. When I chime in.
Yeah.
Or if someone's like trying to figure something out, but they don't like know where this store is or something, and I'm just like, oh, I know where it is. Let me help you. So.
You're just a helpful, nice person.
Otherwise, don't talk to me.
Get away from me.
Don't talk to me. So do you want to go first? Oh, wait, I'll go first.
You go ahead.
Okay, so this story... Sorry.
She's telling you to get it out.
So this story was submitted by Sarah. And... Sarah wants to say this is the story that Sarah submitted. How do we normally do this?
How does this happen again?
How does this happen? Okay.
However you want to, Amy.
Okay. So, once upon a time, Sarah submitted a story to us. Okay, so she said, there was a family that lived on the same road as my family and I grew up. Tara Smith was 16 years old. She was a writer, loved poetry, played basketball, and was the homecoming queen freshman year. August 22nd, 1998. Oh, just a little baby for me. Same. I was 8 years old.
Samesies. I was like 4.
You're so young. Between 5 and 7 p.m., Tara told her sister Sierra that she was leaving for a jog on Old Oregon Trail. And Sierra said, no, we aren't allowed to leave without our parents. Old Oregon Trail is not a heavy traffic road, but people... It says, it is out of city limits.
It is out of city limits.
But, okay. Old Oregon Trail is not a heavy traffic road. It's out of city limits, and people tend to speed on it. So it sounds like a back road.
Yeah.
Oh, and she says it's one of those back road types of areas.
We all have one.
Yeah, Brook Road. Tara said, or what's that one? Chino Hot Springs.
Yeah.
Tara said she would be back in 20 minutes, but minutes turned into hours, and she never showed up to her shift at 7 p.m. at Oasis Fun Center, which is a miniature golf and go-kart place.
And I would definitely be showing up to work
there. Heck yeah.
That sounds like the best job ever.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Yeah. So by 9 p.m., her parents were frantic and started calling everyone she knew. One friend told them that she believed that Tara was involved in an inappropriate relationship with Troy Zink, Tara's taekwondo instructor. He was 29 years old, married, and a father of one. Ew. Tara's parents rushed to Troy's house. When his wife informed them that he wasn't home, they called the police and reported Tara missing. That sucks.
Yeah.
Turned out Troy had been grooming Tara for some time. She claimed she went to his house who lived near them.
What?
Grooming. So when an adult has an inappropriate relationship with like a teenager or a younger person, they kind of like make it like, no, this is what we have is okay. And
okay,
like,
I see.
It's okay. Just like, let me just take off your shirt. It's no big deal. That sort of stuff.
Oh.
You're grooming them to like be acceptable of
it's
this.
Inappropriate.
Yeah. So, turned out Troy had been grooming Tara for some time. He claimed she went to his house who lived near them and asked for $2,000. And when he said no, she got mad and asked to be dropped off at the corner to go on a run. Then Troy went up to to Hang Glider Hill and prayed for 5 hours.
What?
So,
Why?
I don't know. Troy has never been named a suspect or charged for her disappearance. It is very wild that this happened to a girl the same age as me on the same private road I grew up on.
Wait, so she hasn't been found?
She hasn't been found.
When was this?
In 1998.
Oh, poor girl.
Yeah. So thank you, Sarah, for submitting that.
Yes. Thank you, Sarah. We appreciate it.
That really sucks. And I do have a question. Were you friends with her? Like, you guys were on the same road, so I'm going to assume you guys went to the same school, if you went to public school.
How old was she when she went missing?
She said she was 16.
Oh, my gosh.
She was freshman.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, were you friends with her? Or, if you weren't part of the same crowd, I want to know how everyone reacted.
Yeah.
And that family. Like, oh my gosh.
That's
I can't imagine.
Alrighty.
I have to pee really bad.
Go for it.
Okay, sorry. I haven't peed since the courthouse.
How dare you?
I know. It's such a long time.
Hi, Mom. What's up, Mom? What up, Mom? Super awkward. I'm trying to fill the silence with my voice. Ow. Amy, the code word is Topo Chico. Seeing your face in my mind, and in my dreams I've kissed your lips 1,000 times. I sometimes see you pass outside my door. Hello, is it me you're looking for? We do sing way too much on this podcast. We need to fix this, Amy. You're too creamy. Something smells good out there.
Good.
It smells like gravy.
Yeah, that's what I thought I smelled. Or like
It's the mushrooms, I bet, and the onions.
Probably. It smells like
so
breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to hear a spooky story?
Absolutely.
All right. Let me look smart for a second.
Put your glasses on, old lady.
Josh said that it was is it hitting my ring? Okay. He said he was asking if it was hitting my ring. Did I tell you what happened to it this morning?
You woke up with
I snagged it inside my pillow. It got stuck.
That sucks.
Yeah, it hurt, but it didn't get. Hopefully, it doesn't.
I'd put an aspirin paste on it tonight.
Yeah,
but I'm just paranoid like that.
I'm just paranoid overall about having piercings. Period. I just have bad luck. All right.
I swear it's Alaska.
Yeah. All right. Do you remember our old friend Bob?
Oh, Bob.
Oh, Bob, a.k.a. my dad. His name's not really Bob, it's Steve. But I told him, he's like, so are you guys calling me Bob or Steve right now? And I was like, well, you're my dad, but we do call you Bob. I was like, because it's funny. He's like, okay, I like Bob. I was like, okay, I'm going to keep on calling you Bob. So
I wish we gave him a different name.
Other than Bob?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but we always named things Bob growing up.
Oh, yeah.
My pop-up's name was Bob.
Oh,
So maybe that's why.
cute.
Oh, it's Robert.
I like that.
Okay, so Bob says...
Thank you, Bob, for sending in a story.
And look, I didn't even have to write out the note. Like, I just left a screenshot of it because he just made it so legible and everything. Not that my dad has messy handwriting. He just has very tight-knit, perfect cursive. And reading it super fast can be very...
Well, especially when it's also a picture of
Yeah. Yes, this is a picture of a note. Thank you, Daddy. Okay, so at last glance, Lil...
Hold
old
on.
Man.
Sorry, you're going to have to restart that.
You're fine.
Do you call your dad Daddy, too?
Yeah.
Me, too.
I'll say, hey, Daddy.
Oh.
So at my second baby shower, you know the game, the baby game where you're not supposed to say baby.
Yeah.
I tricked him like 3 times because every time like I'll come into a room and he's in there and I'll be like, hey daddy, and he'll say, hey baby, and I did it like 3 times and he's like, dang it, you got me again. Yeah, I call him daddy.
Oh, I
Daddy.
love that. I call my dad daddy when I'm talking to him, especially if I need something.
I was about to say, if you need something, same.
And when
Sorry,
I'm
Dad.
referencing him to my mom, I'll either say pop or daddy, depending on the situation. But
We also say padre and dadre.
padre, yeah.
He
I'll
calls
say
me
father.
Dadre. Dadre's not even daughter in Spanish.
That makes sense.
He's from the South, guys. He's one of them uneducated. Shut that all out.
I'll call my dad, like, if I'm talking about him or talking to my mom, I'll say, like, father.
Father.
Just to, like,
If I'm annoyed with him, I'll say father.
Oh, yeah, same. In my phone, it's father. Sorry.
You're
Okay,
good,
I'll
you're
probably
good.
take all that out.
You're good. Okay, so at last glance, little old man had left my daughter's room and she finally got a much deserved restful night of sleep in her own bed. So you remember, guys, the last story we had from Bob. Little man had left my sister's room
And went to your brother's.
Yes, and that same night, our son Matthew awoke screaming at about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
His room was located right across the hall from his sister's room, and many nights to come. Oh, from his sister's room. Matthew ended up sleeping with us that night and many nights to come.
I bet.
The nights were not typically concurrent as they were with our daughter. Lowell man seemed to wander the house now,
Oh.
as if he had been confined to our daughter's room before.
But he said leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His actions seemed playful in some cases and malicious in others.
Like a leprechaun.
Yeah, that's weird. And his name's Lowell Man.
Yeah.
That's weird.
He's
He's a leprechaun.
He's a little leprechaun.
The following story is one of these events. The following story is one of these events. Sorry. It sounds like a show
From like
narrated.
the 20s.
Yeah. You're welcome. While I was in the Navy stationed in Charleston, South Carolina, I had a collateral duty of working with the Auxiliary Security Force, ASF. Typically, this entailed acting as shore patrol, which is like Navy police,
Okay.
a couple of times a month. One particular night, I got home from duty around 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning. This was a typical time, and I would do my best to be very quiet for those sleeping. When I got home, I undressed in the hallway, brushed my teeth, and found our son sleeping in our bed upon entry to the bedroom. So I decided to sleep in his room. Dun, dun, dun.
Did he really say dun dun dun?
Yes, he did.
That is adorable. But still so terrifying.
Yeah. So I decided to sleep in his room so I wouldn't wake him or my wife. I laid down on his antique bed. The old box springs groaned and creaky song.
jeez.
I remember this bed. Like, it is the loudest bed ever. It's all metal frame and everything. It's just so loud. Like,
And was a mattress loud also?
yes.
Oh, jeez.
The old box springs groaned and a creaky song under my weight. Groaned a creaky song under my weight. Sorry. The events of the duty were still playing in my mind, and I knew it would be a while before I slept. I heard a few odd noises as I laid there, but passed them off as just an old house.
Yeah.
I thought about my son waking up screaming just as his sister had done for so long. With this in mind, I decided to keep my eyes slightly open and see if I could catch a glimpse of this little old man in action. Soon I saw our shepherd, Sarah, come into the room.
Your
Shepherd,
dog,
yeah.
a dog.
Yeah. She was like part shepherd, timber wolf.
Aww.
She's so pretty.
Was she a German shepherd?
No, she was like a blonde, like
An
not like
Aussie
she
shepherd?
was part wolf, like legit, like yeah, she was so pretty and sweet. I heard her lie across the AC vent as was her habit. Then I heard her grateful sigh as she enjoyed the cool air forcing its way through her thick coat.
Oh, that sounds so
He's such
comfy.
a good storyteller.
Yeah, he is.
Suddenly, I felt a hand on my chest, then another on my legs just below my groin.
No.
I saw nothing. The hand shoved me down into the mattress and old box spring.
Oh my gosh.
The box spring screamed to life. The pressure released only to press down again. Still, I saw nothing through the slits of my eyes. The motion continued.
I would open my eyes all the way. How?
Yeah.
That's like some serious self-control there.
Until I was literally bouncing on the bed, I tried to yell or scream, but could only muster a small squeak. The bouncing continued for a little more than a minute.
Oh my gosh.
I continued to try to scream, but only managed a faint squeak each time. I could breathe, but I couldn't move. Was this sleep paralysis? Why couldn't I move? I heard Sarah shift on her cool vent. Sarah was mature in age and certainly overweight. So she didn't move fast, but she was moving. Maybe she had heard my almost inaudible screams. I heard her nails click, click, click on the wooden floor. She was coming to see why I was squeaking and bouncing on the bed. I saw her come into view through the slits of my eyes. As she got closer, she went to nuzzle my face. The bouncing stopped, and I could move. It was over. I kissed Sarah and got out of bed.
Oh my gosh, Brie.
I went to our bedroom door, and my wife asked what was with all that bouncing on the bed. Like you could hear this. This is a loud bed.
Sure.
I told her, I'll tell you in the morning. I'll be sleeping on the couch tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Tune in next time for a little scary fun starring little old man.
Bob.
There's so many good stories.
How on earth can you live?
We lived there for 15 years.
How can you
15
live
years,
there
maybe?
with? Oh my gosh.
Probably about 15 years, maybe 14. But things calmed down.
You look different with your glasses.
Thanks. Maybe. I don't know. Thank you.
You look terrible with those glasses.
I haven't been wearing them a lot lately, and I keep on finding
good.
myself getting headaches, and I was like, I probably shouldn't wear my glasses. I don't like to wear them because Natalie tries to grab them off my face.
You don't wear contacts, though.
No, because my vision isn't that bad. Although I probably should get it rechecked because I haven't gotten it checked in like 4 years.
Yeah, you should probably do that. They look cute on you.
Thanks.
You look like a little nerd.
I look like Steve.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, guys. I can't.
Oh, sorry.
Did I do that?
Did I do that?
Steve Urkel. Yes, I couldn't think of his name.
What? Who's Hey You Guys then?
The Steve Urkel.
Oh, no. Is it?
Yeah.
Did he say that also?
Yeah.
So, the guy from Goonies. Hey, you guys.
Oh, no. That was the kid from the Goonies. Never
Yeah,
mind. You're right.
yeah.
The Pudge.
Did I
Pudge?
do that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Um,
That's definitely Steve Urkel.
yeah, there's a TV show or something that she quotes that a lot.
You're right.
No, it's a movie. Bunny House.
I love that movie. I always forget that Emma Stone's in. No,
Yeah,
Emma
she's
Stone.
in it,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. She's
No,
like
I
one of the
just
main characters.
randomly just
Shelley. I quote anytime I hear someone's name is Shelley. She's
Shelley,
Emmy,
Michelle,
That's how I remember names.
Bree. She did something awkward and she's like, "Did I do that?" She does it often in that movie.
I haven't seen that movie forever.
Me either. It's
should
weird
watch
that
it.
it popped into my head. Okay, so I have 2 must stories. One is very long. It's 7 pages long.
Oh, okay.
Should I do this one next?
The long one?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely. I could take a nap right now. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so this one is from Juan, and I'm going to take this out. Juan is a name that, okay, because my brother submitted 2 stories.
Okay, I figured it was going to be your brother.
But when
I
Alice
was going to say,
first
you
was,
mean 2?
yeah, when she first was starting to learn people's names, I don't know why, decided that we were going to call Uncle Zach Juan.
What the
And so for like 3 years, she called him Uncle Juan instead of Zach. Until Zach started having a relationship with my older sister's kids again. Like, not a relationship, but they would see each other and talk to each other.
Uncle, nieces, nephews.
Yeah, and so they started calling him Uncle Maui because Moana just came out. I don't know why. And so they started calling him Uncle Maui. Alice started calling him Uncle Maui. And so now he's just Uncle Maui or Uncle Zach. But for about 3 or 4 years, Alice called him Uncle Juan. Anyways, okay.
That's okay. My brother's Uncle Dragon to Drew and Anna.
I really love that.
He just recently made them start doing that.
Oh.
So now they do. Now they call him Uncle Dragon. It's pretty cool. It's too bad I didn't think of it first.
That does suck. I had a daycare parent that he said that his brother taught all of his kids, like they're all homeschooled. They're very secluded from society, but they're all homeschooled, and like he has them all, like they don't know like the actual names of certain things, like for example, door is shelf. Like they'll be like, go open the shelf. He like just and his brother is a doctor. He's a surgeon.
I don't think that's a good thing.
He just messed with them, and they all just went with it. I guess. Anyways, so this are I don't.
You'll be real confused.
I think it's hilarious.
When they get older.
Yes,
cool.
Absolutely. I hope it's like stuff that's not like a big deal. Like, oh yeah, just go get that penny. You mean the pen? Like,
yeah, I get. Yeah, that's, yeah.
So I'm hoping that's what it is, but yeah,
it's a little cute thing.
Yeah, we had Alice call him Uncle Juan for a couple of years.
That's cute.
I don't know why Juan. I don't remember. Anyway, so this was submitted by Juan. And
hello, Juan.
Hello, Juan. He said, all the names and places have been changed to protect the innocent. Also, I cannot have my name given because most of this information is private to most of this information is privy to the case and cannot be shared outside the case.
So is Juan
a
cover name?
Should I just take that whole thing out?
Yep.
Okay. So, I will say, all the names and places have been changed to protect the innocent.
Okay.
And so this is submitted by Juan. One early Tuesday morning in 1996, a young lady named Shelby was found dead in her trailer. She was naked and her throat had been cut twice.
Oh.
Did you read this story?
No. Oh, it was in the email. That's right.
Yeah.
No, I avoid reading them.
Okay. Same. Yeah. Except for this one because he was like, read it. She was found by the trailer park manager who was following up on a trash can fire the day before.
As ones do.
Yeah. Officers were called and secured the scene. Once homicide detectives arrived, they asked the patrol officers to canvass the scene and get statements from people. They quickly found out that Shelby was a lady of the night. Well, they're called sex workers. Okay. A lady of the night and had a boyfriend named Aaron. When Aaron was interviewed, he stated that he was with her the night before but had left around midnight. Aaron also said that there were 3 other people there, 2 people he knew and 1 he did not. The 2 he knew were named James and Henry. Henry was married to Allie, and James lived with them. So Allie and Henry were married, and James was their roommate. James would stay with Shelby from time to time because he was homeless. Once the coroner was done with his autopsy, he determined that she died of strangulation and she had been raped. They ran the DNA through the system but did not come up with any hits. The detectives took photographs of the scene and collected evidence pertaining to the case. Some of the evidence collected included a knife, a team jacket, blood-covered shirt, beer bottles, pot blunts, bloodstains, and among other things. When they pulled fingerprints off of the beer bottles, they confirmed that Aaron, Henry, and James were there. They did not have fingerprints from the fourth person. During the collection of evidence, one of the officers, Mike, accidentally touched some of the evidence without gloves. Oh, buddy. What year was this?
Newbie mistake. Rookie mistake.
Yeah, what year
Mike.
was this?
I don't think it said.
1996.
Oh, okay.
Still.
Yeah.
You should, I mean, in 96, you should know better. During the collection of evidence, one of the officers, Mike, accidentally touched one of the evidence without gloves, and so his fingerprints were on some of the things as well. Mike also had some of his blood at the scene because he had arrested someone earlier, and there had been a fight, and his nose started to bleed again while he was there.
Oh.
So his, like, blood droplets, I'm guessing.
Nose get bloody when you're getting into a fight just by itself and you don't even get hit?
Unless you got hit
Maybe.
by the perp.
Maybe you got hit.
I don't know. After casing the area and interviewing dozens of people, this is what the police determined happened. Shelby had several people visit her throughout the day. That was not out of the normal because of her profession. Later in the evening, around 6 p.m., Aaron and Henry were at the trailer smoking weed and drinking beer with Shelby when someone drove by her trailer, got out, set fire to her trash can, and left.
Uh-oh.
Why would you do that?
So there's the trash can fire.
Yeah. The trailer park manager put the fire out, and everyone continued on as if nothing had happened. Nothing had happened, as crime was not new to that park. Aaron and Henry ran out of weed, so they decided to get some meth from a person they knew around 9:30.
Sure. Run out of weed, go get some meth. That's the same thing.
I mean, Dare says weed is a gateway drug, so
It just works that quick.
works that quick. They walked down to the dumpsters to meet up and get the meth. While they were walking, they noticed that the same car had set fire to the trash can driving around. The car was described as a mid-90s Honda Civic, light blue in color. The people in that car shot at Aaron and Henry. Holy crap.
Yeah, right?
They ran away and called the police. The police arrived and took a report and left to search for the car. James arrived around 10 p.m. covered in blood. He said that he had been in a fight with someone else. Okay, we're just like fighting everyone now.
What?
He's like, I almost just got shot at, so I need to take out this aggression. Yeah. Or maybe it was the meth. I don't know. Okay. Juan says, James arrived around 10 p.m. covered in someone else's blood. He had been having an affair with someone named Angel, and her husband came home and caught them.
Damn.
The four of them, James, Henry, Aaron, and Shelby, got high, and the guys took turns having sex with Shelby. Shelby.
Okay.
I mean, if she's up for it, that's something, but...
Yeah, you know.
Around, not yucking someone else's rights, yeah, but come on, that's a lot.
I'm so glad that you said that.
Around 11:15 p.m., someone knocked on the door. Shelby knew the person because she was a regular of Shelby's. He came in and joined in on the party. The new unknown man liked to have rough sex and liked to choke his partners. James, Henry, and Aaron were in the bedroom getting high. When they came out, they saw the unknown man choking Shelby, so they grabbed a kitchen knife and made the man leave. Okay. Especially if you didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
He quickly left. The only thing the guys could remember about him was that he sounded like Bob Marley.
Okay.
It's a very distinct accent.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
The three men set the knife off on the living room floor near Shelby and started to have sex again. They're like, hey, he's gone. Let's continue. Yeah, 14. When they were done, James said that he didn't have any money to pay for the sex, but he could get cocaine to pay for it. The three guys left to get the cocaine. We're just all over the place with these drugs.
Right.
That sounds exhausting.
Yeah.
The three men said that they did not return for the rest of the night, and some of the neighbors said that they did not return, and some said that they saw the car they were in again driving around the park, but could not confirm if it went to the house. Several neighbors said that they saw the Honda Civic again after midnight, but left quickly because the police had pulled into the park to drive through it. The police chased the Honda and had pulled it over down the road. According to the police report, the person in the Honda was not identified because he was a confidential informant.
What? Okay. So he's giving information.
Correct. To the police. According to the neighbors, no one else visited Shelby's trailer for the rest of the night. 3 days after her murder, her trailer was burnt down. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's like all the evidence. Yeah. The fire investigator said that it was the fire investigator said it was because no, that doesn't make sense. The fire investigator said it was because of a faulty wiring.
Sure.
The officers did not make an arrest on the case because they could not determine who the unnamed person was at the trailer. All three men ended up in jail for unrelated drug charges. No.
Right? You've had 3 so far. 3 different kinds.
In one night.
Yeah. Weed, meth, coke.
And while in jail, James said that he knew who owned the Honda Civic because he had seen it several times while he was having the affair. After several years, the case became cold and almost forgotten. In 2015, a person named Nick from Alabama was arrested for rape. During the course of that investigation, his DNA was flagged in and cold case because it matched the DNA found in Shelby's body. He was charged with murder for Shelby.
Good.
Mm-hmm. During his interview, he admitted to paying for sex with Shelby several times while he was working in town she lived in, but he never killed her. No, you don't say.
Yeah, right?
That's embarrassing. No, you don't say.
Don't like Barney.
During his interview, when it came time for his trial, some of the evidence in the murder case was missing, mainly the bloody shirt and the knife and some of the beer bottles. There was a flood and a lot of old evidence.
Oh my gosh, there was a flood too? Gosh, this case sounds awful.
This sounds like, what is it? The acts of God are just all over the place on it. A lot of the evidence had been lost because of a flood. So
your foot scared me.
Sorry. As I know, I normally wear socks.
I've never noticed your foot poke out there before, and I was just like,
oh, it's probably
Leon's right there.
Leon. Don't look at my foot. It doesn't have toenail polish on it, so please don't look at it.
I'm gonna judge.
It's like my feet are naked.
It's disgusting.
I know.
Are we at that point in our relationship where we can?
Do you want to look
wear
at my
unpainted
naked
toenails? Oh my god.
Dude, it's so ugly. I don't even look at my own toes when they're not painted. As the trial continued, a 90s Honda Civic was found left at a city lot in the back with several other vehicles.
Okay.
Nick was convicted of Shelby's murder because his DNA was in Shelby. This is not the same dude.
Yeah, Nick.
Okay. After his trial, the 90s Honda Civic was sold in a lien sale, and in the trunk was the shirt, the knife, and beer bottles.
Oh, those supposed ones that went missing.
Mm-hmm. Because the police didn't feel it was necessary to do anything with the rediscovered evidence, because, the guy was already found.
Of course.
Yeah. Because they already convicted the person responsible, they didn't do anything with it. The person who bought the Honda found a small amount of cocaine in the car, so the police opened up another investigation. They're like, okay, so the missing evidence we don't need.
But there's
you
coke.
found coke? Let's do another investigation. The evidence in the car was retested as well as the fingerprints inside the car. There were several hits on the fingerprints as well as the evidence. The blood on the shirt belonged to James and Officer Mike.
What?
Remember the one with the nosebleed?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Wait, did they get in a fight? Was he the perp who he got in a fight with?
I don't know.
I'm so confused.
It doesn't say.
Okay.
So on further investigation, Mike had owned the Honda Civic but had sold it to his friend. But that was never confirmed because his friend was never identified. Okay. While the police were investigating the new drug case, Nick killed himself in his cell.
What?
That's really crappy.
Yeah.
One of the detectives learned that Mike's ex-wife was named Angel.
Okay.
So they're... Okay, and that Mike had gotten...
Oh, she's the one who he had an affair with?
I guess.
So
James had the affair with Angel.
Okay.
And Mike had gotten a divorce from her shortly after the murder. There was a new set of detectives because the time lapse and most of the original detectives had retired or passed away. The new detectives interviewed Angel, and she said that her and Mike got a divorce because they both had other partners and that Mike would often pay for sex. So he'd probably pay for sex with Shelby. That's my assuming. The detectives determined that they had enough evidence to reopen the Shelby murder and went to arrest Mike. The only person still on the police force that was on the force during the original investigation offered to arrest Mike because they were very good friends.
I'm really good friends with this guy. I'll arrest him for you.
I'll arrest him. Listen.
Maybe he's just like, all right, that's the last straw. Like, I know how to, I can get this guy.
If I was the chief of police, I'd be like, listen.
You're too close to the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Mike was at his house when the officer went to arrest him, his bestie apparently, but it turned up that he was gone. Oh, shocker.
Darn.
The detectives pulled his phone records and found out that he received a phone call from his friend.
From his bestie.
And it appeared that he left right after that. Wow, buddies. He left his car, phone, wallet, and all forms of contact at his house. Mike was never arrested for the Shelby murder because he could not be found. A body was found in Jamaica in 2020 that may have been Mike because the Jamaican police, remember they were talking about Bob Marley's voice?
Yeah.
Because the Jamaican police deemed the death as natural causes. They did not do an investigation, so his fingerprints and DNA were never confirmed to see if it was him or not. But Mike was from Jamaica and was often called Jamaica by his confidential informants.
Oh, he's the one who choked her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mike was also fired from the police force because they learned that he was using his confidential informants to sell drugs around town.
Okay, so I was really confused.
There was a lot of information there was like a lot of loose ends.
It all came together.
It all came together.
They said that he hired people for he would hire people for sex, and then earlier on they said that the guy that was in there was choking a girl and had a Jamaican accent. Or
I feel
Bob
like
Marley.
that would be a really good Netflix.
Yeah,
movie.
it would be like a little short, like a miniseries.
A
Did you watch The
miniseries?
Gacy? It's good. If
No, I
you
haven't watched it.
It just
yet.
came out. It's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really good. Thank you, Juan.
Thank you, Juan. That was long, but
Something different.
It was worth it.
I liked it.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was really long.
That was. I mean, it wasn't fun, but
Yeah. No, there was a lot of drugs involved. We're exhausted.
I think I need to go for a nap. I think I'm coming down.
Coming down. Oh, all right. Well, now I have to follow that one.
I know. Sorry.
All right. So we got another story from our new friend, Betty. Betty. She sent us a story last time. She's a new, I guess you're not a new listener anymore.
I almost thought you were going to say new loser.
Sorry, Betty.
You're a new loser.
You're a new loser.
I'm just kidding. You're great. And I appreciate you sending us a story.
Yes, we do. We
1000%.
appreciate your paranormal experiences, I guess.
We appreciate you sharing your paranormal story.
Glad that you've had... Nope.
No, that she's sharing her experiences with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
That. Um,
I'm sorry if they're terrible. That sucks.
forgive me. I read this a couple weeks ago, and it's been a second since I read it.
Well, and we kept putting off this week.
Yeah.
I didn't feel good. Birthday parties.
It's been a crazy week. It's good. And
It's
it's only Tuesday.
Yay.
All right. So it starts off with good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Charlie. From Charlie's Angels.
Oh.
Good afternoon, Angels.
I immediately
Or
was
good
thinking
evening.
of...
Or good morning, Angels. That's what he said. Good morning, Angels.
Good
Not good
morning,
afternoon.
I was thinking of Charlie. Good Luck, Charlie.
Oh, yeah. No.
Disney show. Sorry. That was...
It's good. It's good. Thank you so much for sharing my stories. Here's another one. But this one is different. I have only told this story one other time. I don't ever want to feel the fear I felt.
Oh, no.
I didn't fear for my life. I feared for my soul.
Oh, my gosh.
We are back in Battle, Montana, Nevada. My roommate and I bought a Ouija board at a local store
Betty.
from the gaming section. Mind you, just wait till the next one that I have.
Oh, geez.
It is, my stories lined up perfect. Mind you, Battle Mountain is a small town, a small mining town in Nevada. So the selection wasn't huge, and we figured, what's the harm? It's just a game. You're right. It's by Hasbro, so
it is just a game, but it's not though.
Yeah. We had no idea what we were doing, and before I go any further, I want to advise to never use one unless you are well aware of what you are doing. Correct.
Yes.
Even then, I am not condoning it. It is not a game.
Well, we appreciate that. And
listen to Betty, guys.
That definitely lines up with what we always tell you.
Yeah. We used the board several times before and thought the other one was moving the planchette until one night we both had our hands off it and it began to spell out the name Xena.
Oh,
she told me how it's pronounced. It is Xena.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, thank you. We asked simple questions and received simple answers at first. That's how it always starts.
Yeah.
After about a month of speaking with this spirit,
a whole month,
we both felt something dark trying to come out. She had convinced my roommate that I was going to harm him, and he was seriously thinking about kicking me out.
No, that sucks.
When I was home alone sitting at the kitchen table drinking soda, I had sat it down, and when I went to pick up the can of soda, it moved away from my hand. I told Brian we need to get rid of this board before this thing comes out. It's already out.
Yeah.
He was...
I do have a question. Even if you close the Ouija board, properly, can things still be out?
I mean, if things... Yeah. I'm pretty sure if things are out, then they're out.
Oh, okay.
I think it just, depends on, Just wait till my next story.
Okay, the situation?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
You're fine. He was still unsure of what to do. One night after a long day at work, Brian, my roommate, and I both retreated to our own space. I was in my room at the end of the trailer, single wide, and he was in the living room at the other end. Normally, we would hear a cat jump down from an overhanging tree onto the roof. What? But this night, as we sat in our own silence, we heard the sound of what had to be a grown man jump onto the roof over my bedroom, then run down the length of the trailer. Nope.
No.
I got up and ran down the hall and seen Brian, my roommate, jumps up from the couch, and we both seen someone jump off the roof onto the ground and disappear into the night.
Betty. That was definitely Brian's boyfriend. I'm just kidding.
We called the cops and described what little we had seen. He was wearing a plaid shirt, and this is all we could describe. The cops walked around where he would have landed to see if he could find footprints. There was nothing. No indentation in the dirt where he had landed. The cops could see how upset we were, but they tried to convince us that it was just a cat. Brian was convinced.
That's not a cat. If
Yeah,
you think
no.
it's a grown man.
Yeah, like, you know the difference.
Cats are gentle.
Yeah,
also
especially
with
if you're
their feet.
used to hearing it.
Yeah.
Brian was convinced we needed to get rid of the board. The next day, we got some holy water from the local Catholic church. We built a fire in the front yard. Oh no. Placed the board in the fire. Again, I can't tell you how perfectly this story and my next story are like perfect for each other.
So you don't burn Ouija boards, I'm guessing.
Yeah. We made it worse
always
by
my
cursing
thought.
the board and banishing Xena from coming out. It wasn't until we threw holy water on it. The flames began to funnel and lunge at us.
Shut up.
There was a high-pitched sound coming from the board as if sap was heating up right before it pops. Yep.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
The sound.
same. The board burned from the middle and out to the sides. The last letter to burn was the X. We know we had a demon or an evil spirit which never got out. We were lucky to know enough to not invite anyone or anything to come out. We smudged our home, and unfortunately we ended up going our separate ways a few months later.
What does smudge mean?
I believe it's like sage and holy water,
gotcha. Okay.
blessing it.
Doing the T over.
Yeah. Few months later, it's been nearly 30. Unfortunately, we ended up going our separate ways a few months later. It's been nearly 30 years, and I will never forget the type of fear I felt the day we burnt the board.
Oh my god.
And that is it. Thank you, Betty.
Betty.
That's terrifying. I can't wait to read you my next one now.
I'm like speechless. That is terrifying.
Don't play with Ouija boards unless you know really what you're doing,
Or
but you still
never
shouldn't do it.
Again anyways.
Don't do it regardless, people.
Thank you for sending that in,
Yeah,
Betty. Wow.
and thank you for telling people not to play with them too. So.
We absolutely were advocates
Mm-hmm.
for not playing with
I've played with them, but yeah.
Well, that's okay. You can be an advocate for not playing with them now.
Yeah.
Would you play with one now?
It depends on where.
We're not advocates for them.
Not here. And maybe if my dad was there. But at his house, not at my house. Maybe. I don't know. It depends on the
And
situation.
you'd also be
like
FaceTiming
he's
him.
played yeah. No, my dad would have to physically be there.
No, I'm saying like he's doing it and you're FaceTiming him while you're like basically watching him do it.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
So that you're like super
Far away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm very far. I'm in Alaska doing it, and he's in Florida.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry guys. You know where my dad lives now.
You've talked about that before.
Oh, I mean, I was just joking. It's okay.
He lives
Florida's a
in-
pretty big state.
He lives in
There
Did you hear that?
you go.
I could take it out.
Go knock on his door. I was just joking.
Good morning. Ready?
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that. That was
I
embarrassing.
was wondering why you did that. It's like, what are you going to say after that?
Nothing. Good morning. All right. So this story is from Zach.
Hello, Zach.
Hello, Zachary. That'd be embarrassing if his name wasn't Zachary. Like
Oh.
Rick. Rick's name is just Rick. It's not Richard or
Oh.
anything like that.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Weird. All right. So this is called Catfish Story.
Ooh.
I also, fair warning, I have not read this before. I
it's fine.
printed it out and brought it in.
Sometimes you just want to be surprised.
Yeah, it just worries me about reading.
Yeah, I get that. You're fine. That's
So-
what editing's for.
True. In 2017, male by the name of Joe, so I'm guessing male.
A male.
Male.
Men.
In 2017, a male by the name of Joe was having a hard time finding someone that would go out on a date with him. Same, buddy. Except for I was married by then.
Yeah. I was about to say.
He was a very large man, 400 plus pounds, and he was homosexual. Oh, now I just felt
Sorry,
bad.
buddy.
Yeah, that sucks. Not only being open about being,
Your sexuality.
your sexuality, like you're also battling that with probably insecurities of your weight.
Yeah.
He devised a plan using his business that he owned to photograph several women.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for him anymore.
No, sounds like a pig. Probably taking that out. He then used those photos to catfish early to 20-year-old men, 20s, like in their 20s. He would offer to meet them at his apartment. All right, Joe, I already hate you.
You're calling him Joe?
That's his name.
Oh, it is. I thought it was male.
In 2017, a male by the name of Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, we don't like you.
Yeah,
You're
you
gross.
sound like a garbage human being. When the younger men would arrive at his apartment, he would say that the girl was out or in the back room, and he would offer the young men a drink.
What's in the drink, Joe? You gonna give him a cup of Joe?
He's giving them a cup of Joe.
Ew!
Ew! I wasn't going there. I was thinking like
I wasn't either at first.
I was thinking like a mixed drink,
Oh.
and he called it cup of Joe, and then you said ew, and then I said ew, and my brain went ew. The drink was laced with GHB. We've heard that in another.
Was that the one that was the boat one?
Yeah, we've heard about that one before. The men would wake up at a park bench in different locations around the town. After doing this several times, one person came forward and told the police what had happened. The police showed up at his apartment asking to speak to the female, but she was never there. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just making sure.
She didn't even live in the same state and was completely unaware of what was happening.
Oh, shit.
Because he would take those photos. She thought her photos were being used for advertising for a car club.
Oh,
Ew.
no.
That's really gross that they didn't know that. Like, obviously they didn't know.
Yeah.
It's gross that he's doing that. Knowing that the police would figure out he was the person committing the rape, he moved to another town about 50 miles away. Not far enough, buddy. And started the whole thing over again. Definitely not far enough.
Mm-mm.
This time he rented 2 apartments, one to use as his meetup location and the other to live in. He proceeded to rape 4 more men in the new town. I hate this story. He would have continued, but the 5th person he attempted to rape did not drink anything because he felt like something was wrong. Good.
Yeah. Somebody had to figure it out.
Yeah. He decided to leave the apartment and called the police, but the police could not do anything because no crime had been committed yet that they were aware of. So they're like, doesn't sound like it's not that big of a deal.
Of course.
Because men don't get raped. The young man that felt decided...
Hashtag justice for John Depp.
Yeah, no kidding, dude.
Sorry.
The young man that decided to try and go on a date. The young man that decided to try and go on a date with the fictional woman another time. This time, there was a very heavy-set woman at the apartment who offered him a drink. So it sounds like he was like, okay, since the police don't want to do anything, I'll go on the date again.
Yeah.
But this time there was a heavy-set
yeah.
woman. Okay. Who offered him he took the drink and drank it.
Oh, no.
Why would you do that, though? He woke up at the back seat of a car, unaware of how he got there. He pretended to be asleep and was dropped off at a park bench. Lucky for him, there were some people playing basketball, and he knew one of them, so they loaned him a car to drive. I can't imagine.
Like, did they get the tag number or anything?
Well, I can't even imagine, like, you're drugged. You wake up, you see some people playing basketball, and you're like, can I borrow your car? Being that lucid, I've never been drugged, but that sounds... Yeah. Whew. He followed the car that dropped him off to another house. Oh, he did follow. He pretended to fall asleep in the car. Yeah, he was a friend.
Yeah.
So maybe he had time. Okay. He followed the car that dropped him off to another house where he saw the large female get out of a car and remove her wig.
Ew. Sorry.
He then realized that it was the same person that offered him the drink the first time.
It must have been a damn good costume.
I mean, I guess, like, you see a woman in a wig and maybe they're wearing makeup, so you just assume that they're, I don't know.
I mean, it's just like the whole, like,
I don't
you
know.
watch a movie and, like,
Yeah,
someone's
I know.
pretending to be someone the whole time because they're wearing, like, one wig, and you're like, at the end, they're like, oh, it was me the whole time. And, like, really? You didn't realize that was your brother? That was your brother the whole time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know exactly.
That's the situation that I'm hearing.
Yeah. So, it was the point he offered him the drink. It was at this point he called the police again and told them the entire story and gave them the locations of both apartments.
Good.
The police arrested Joe, and when his fingerprints were entered into the system, they were flagged by the other town he started in. The police asked for the public's assistance, and several young men came forward. Joe was convicted on several accounts and will be in jail for years to come.
Do you think the female one was named Josephine?
Oh, heck yeah, he named her Josephine.
Glad you're in jail, you nasty, ew, catfisher.
Piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Exactly what catfish are. Bottom feeders.
That was a good one.
That was good.
Very
Thank you
good
so much,
ones.
Zach. Whoa.
Yeah. Mind blown.
Bananas.
All right, you ready to have your mind blown again?
Not really.
All right, so I'm going to do it anyway.
I said not really because I'm scared because of all of the warnings
It's
that you did.
it's not too terrible. It's a little terrible, but it's not too terrible. She doesn't go super in depth. So, you know, you haven't talked to her yet, but Lita Costello. She is the writer of Sleepless in Celcha. She wrote
in her story?
She wrote in a tidbit of it.
Is she still going to come on the podcast?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I messaged her and I'm really, really eager and excited to get her story out there because her story was told wrong over the hauntings in Alaska.
Yeah.
Little insight, guys. She has a book called Sleepless in Celcha. It is a great book. Mm-hmm. It will make you look behind you like every 5 seconds.
That's why I haven't read
and
it yet.
It is all her truth of what happened in this house. And this house just sounds terrifying. But it's in Celcha, right here in Alaska, not very far from us.
We go fishing there sometimes.
There you go. There you go. Go visit her old house.
It's
still there. I'm pretty sure it's still there.
Our friend has family that has a cabin there.
Oh, that's awful. I don't want to go there.
Super great.
But anyway, her story was told and it was exaggerated quite a bit on the hauntings in Alaska, which I mean, it's television. It's typical for them to do stuff like that, which sucks. It's not right.
Correct. But what it sounds like is that they didn't need to exaggerate it.
No, but also they didn't include important things.
Yeah.
And then they I was critiquing it because I'm so glad I read the book first.
Yeah.
Because the entire time I'm like, well, why didn't they add
says.
this? Yeah. The book is so much better, guys. And that's also what everyone says. But before you watch Hauntings in Celcha,
this is a true story.
It is not a long book. It is a very quick read.
It's like 100 pages?
Yeah, it's like 20 pages maybe. It's very quick. The font's not small. So read it. It's a great book. And
buy it. It's on Amazon.
Yes, it is. And it's not expensive.
Sleepless in Celcha. Does she have a digital version of it?
I want to say she does. I couldn't find it. I had a hard time finding it. But
it's very inexpensive too.
And it's short.
Yeah.
But again, we have been trying to go back and forth on figuring out when we can have her on the show because we've been talking to her and to some other people in the book.
Well, she was going to be on it, and then we had to push the date.
Yeah, we had schedules mess up. Yeah. So
one of us got. I think I was sick.
Yes, you were sick. But anyway, we've been wanting to have her on the show, but I'm super excited and really want to get her story somewhat out there. So maybe you guys can study before she comes on the show and
buy the
get
book
the book
and read it.
Yeah, get her book, study up, and I promise you it's worth every minute of reading that book. It is a fantastic book.
I have heard a lot about the book, but I don't want to read it because I'm a scaredy cat.
It is very creepy. It's not creepy. It's very scary. It's terrifying. So she wanted to give me a little tidbit into it. I asked her to give me a little something.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Lita. You're amazing. I don't even know you. And she seems like such an amazing person.
Yeah.
So she says, I guess the first thing I would like to mention to your listeners or anyone inclined to dabble in Ouija boards, please, for the love of God, don't do it. LOL. Or at least do some research first. Although I was not completely unaware of a spiritual world around us, I never had any type of actual haunting experience in my life until my daughter did a Ouija board at my house in Salcha while I was living in Holland. Because she went to Holland for like a year.
I swear to God, Alice, if you ever, I will ruin you. And then I'll ask the spirits that you brought into my house to ruin you.
Make her listen to that one part. Okay, Mommy. She was sitting... Okay. She was house sitting for me for a year while I decided whether to come back to the U.S. or not. I mean, back to Alaska or stay in Holland where it's amazing. They were like living on a boat and stuff too. It was super cool.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yes. And she called me often in Holland to tell me of strange events that were going on in the house. And I didn't know what to make of it because I had never really had anything more than a feeling of not being alone in the house and often otherwise being watched.
Well, and I'm sure her daughter did like up and say like, hey, I did a Ouija board.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
she wasn't proud of it.
She's like, it's owned by Hasbro.
Yeah.
So it's fake.
Yeah.
So no big deal.
All right. We also heard things at times, but it was so easy just to ignore it and pretend it didn't happen.
Brie, can I go to the bathroom again?
Yeah, you're fine. Chico Loco?
Yeah.
Why are you acting like you're in trouble?
Because I feel bad. I normally don't have to pee this often.
You're okay.
Alice, did you eat?
Yeah, Alice, you better not have eaten that dirt cake. Not until you eat your dinner. Take it away. Speaking of dirt cake, I'm gonna have me Hershey Kiss. Oh man, this one's too old. I like to eat. Oh my gosh. All these Hershey Kisses are flippin' old. This one's good. Nope, it's not. This is so disappointing. This is like the world telling me you're not allowed to have chocolate. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Milk and cereal, milk and cereal, milk and cereal, cereal, milk, cereal, milk, cereal, milk, cereal, milk. I want my Wheaties, give them to the needy, feeling kinda greedy. I keep them for myself, 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 I keep them for myself. No grape nuts for grandma. Mom likes Special K, can't pinch an itch, can't pinch an itch, can't pinch an itch. They're magically delicious. Yes, I'm back like a charm. Milk and cereal, milk and cereal, milk and cereal, cereal, milk, cereal, milk. Have you ever heard that song?
No. Is it from YouTube?
Probably like before. No, it's before YouTube came out. I'm pretty sure it was off this website called Albino Black Sheep. You ever hear that website? They also have videos that go, Hamburgers and root beer.
Yeah.
Hamburgers and root beer. A lot of really dumb videos on there.
That's what I was going to say. Like, it sounds like early YouTube.
Yeah. It was basically like, you ever heard the song, this is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions. As far as the eye can see. And only one will survive. I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny.
Yeah.
It's about superheroes and like calming people.
Yeah.
It's fine. All right, you ready?
Yeah, it just showed our age difference. It wasn't like cool.
Or maybe you just were lame and didn't have that.
I went to a tech school that was funded by Bill Gates, so I'm pretty sure I'm the nerd of all of them.
Probably.
I'm gonna take that. That was rude. I'm sorry.
So rude. I'm
Thank
so
you.
offended
Alice
right now.
has a bellyache. She has a bellyache.
Did she have that dirt cake? I brought her a dirt cake.
She said she didn't get a finished dinner.
Hopefully she didn't eat that dirt cake and it's not hurting her tummy. I've been eating it all week. It hasn't been hurting mine.
She's fine.
I think it was that meat and cheese tray.
Anyway.
Anyway.
She didn't eat anything from that meat. No, she did. She had some of the pepperoni.
Yeah, so did Josh.
Yeah.
And that's what hurt his stomach. Or that's what he thinks hurt his stomach.
It wasn't out that long.
Who knows? Walmart. Okay, so we also heard things at times, but it was so easy just to ignore it and pretend it didn't happen. We all did really, but nothing like what she was calling me about.
We're almost done.
Oh my God.
It's fine.
And when I asked her what she thought it might be, she never once mentioned a Ouija board. I actually didn't even find out about it for months after I moved home and everything went to hell in a handbasket at my house.
Gosh.
Pun intended. The way I finally found out about it was I was awakened at 3 a.m. by a crazy feeling that I needed to go downstairs even though it was dark and look for something, but I had no idea what it was. Downstairs was the last place I wanted to go, but the need to find it was stronger than my fear, so I turned on every light in the house and wandered around the kitchen and the living room, not knowing what I was looking for.
And you bring the dog with you. You have a dog.
She's the one with Great Danes.
Yeah.
Her Great Dane went everywhere with her. I was just about to give up when all of a sudden I saw a pile of piano music on my bench and I walked straight over to it, lifted it up, and there was a Ouija board underneath it. I knew immediately in every fiber of my body what was wrong with my house now, and I knew who to blame it for. I called my daughter immediately in the middle of the night. She so very angry, and all she could do was tell me how sorry she was and she meant to get rid of it, blah, blah, blah. I guarantee you I didn't hear anything else. She finally acknowledged that her and her friend had used it because of feelings in the house and they were trying to find out who it might be. And then terrible things started happening and they didn't know how to stop it. And then I moved back and she moved out and left me with the whole mess. Needless to say, she is my daughter and I forgave her immediately. But again, we almost made a terrible mistake by thinking the first thing we should do is burn the Ouija board. I already had thrown it outside in the front yard into a snow berm. I was panicking because it was inside of my house, of course.
Sure.
She came over in the middle of the night and I told her before we do that, we better look it up and make sure that's not going to make things worse. Smart.
Yeah.
It does. It's absolutely the worst thing you can do. So please don't ever burn a Ouija board.
I'm going to guess anything that's possessed.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That is no way to close the door that you've opened, and you will continue to let things in and don't belong in this world. You have to wrap it in a silk cloth.
Oh.
And do not let the planchette touch the board.
The little.
Yeah, what's on our logo.
What's on our logo?
Say some prayers over it, weight it down with a rock, and sink it into moving water. This may sound silly to some, but let me tell you, after you've experienced what I did, you'll do whatever you think is going to work no matter what. There was so much more to be said about that and everything else that went on in my house. Although we got rid of it, it did not take anything with it. It left everything behind for me to deal with it on my own.
Wow.
Sorry. So like basically like they got rid of that open door, but like there was still shit in the house.
In her house.
So yeah, you guys prepare for her to come on in the future. We're still trying to work out dates and whatnot. Amy, between the podcasts and our personal lives, it's crazy. So Yeah, her story, if you read it, I'm not going to tell anything about it. I want you guys to read it. And then I also don't want to spoil what she's going to tell you because it is too good.
I'm so excited.
You heard a little tidbit from Dan.
Yeah.
David. Not Dan. David Mann.
From
the
radio station.
Yeah. So that
gosh.
was from Lita. Thank you, Lita. You are amazing. Haven't even met you yet, but I can't wait.
I hope she listens.
I feel like I know her just because I read her book, and we've been in contact. We've been talking back and forth through text too. So
yeah,
she just seems like a really good person.
She sounds like a good person. All right, so I have a neighborhood story for you. This one is over the weekend. Okay, this is a personal one, by the way. Over the weekend, I had probably like hormonal issues going on, probably just like a little crabby from not sleeping. But we have this one neighbor that likes to go up and down up and down our road. Where's my phone? I wanted to read it. And with their four-wheeler or a quad, depending on where you live, whatever it's called. And on our road, our house is the very last house on the road. And we have it's like a teardrop driveway.
Cul-de-sac.
It's a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, and you live in a cul-de-sac, yeah.
The road like dead ends into our driveway. So either you can use the big turnaround,
which you're supposed to.
That the road offers you, or you drive into our driveway and turn around that way.
But you shouldn't do that because you can easily turn around in a roundabout, or not a roundabout, but cul-de-sac.
It's a cul-de-sac.
You're supposed to be able to do that.
You're supposed to, So this person constantly uses my driveway for their turnaround, and it makes my husband so upset because we paid a lot of money for our driveway.
Yeah.
And
they're expensive here. They're expensive anywhere, but they're really expensive here.
Very expensive for an asphalt driveway. We have rock because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
But it's still very expensive. Yeah. And so you use a four-wheeler or even driving on it, unless you're careful, it ruins the driveway.
Yeah. So
I was crabby this weekend, and so I posted in our local
I would be annoyed too. That's not being crabby.
Our local neighborhood group, and I said, "Hey neighbors," and I apologize because I really probably was irrational, but I really was like, sometimes you just have to do what you have to do.
It's happened a couple times though.
Yeah. What?
This instance.
It happens like every freaking day.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. It's like a couple times a week. It happens.
Do they stop and?
No, they just go
right through.
They don't wave or anything. So, hey neighbors, this is what I said. Hey neighbors, I know it's so much fun to go up and down the road with your four-wheeler, but I'm just reminding you our private driveway is not your turnaround point. Mind you, I did use emojis for everything that I could. We paid good money for our driveway, and we would like to keep it nice. I'm just saying, if it keeps happening, I will start taking a pickaxe to your driveway. It's disrespectful, I forgot to say disrespectful. I said it's disrespect. It's disrespectful and downright rude to disturb our rocks and our peaceful evenings with your need to entertain yourself. Okay, thanks. And then
it's very passive aggressive.
I almost wrote live, laugh, love. So then a neighbor of mine said, commented, I completely agree. Why the double hockey sticks do these idiots have to rip up and down the road and go into people's personal driveways, go across Brock Road, and have a blast on the trails?
Yeah.
Duh.
We have four-wheeler trails.
I mean,
miles of them, guys. They go to the river and everything.
They're
so much
right
fun.
Across the road from us.
Yeah, they're less than a mile.
Yeah.
They are literally less than a mile from us.
It's
that's what kills me is that there's 4-wheeler trails.
You could go right
less
there.
than a mile.
But you're
free.
driving in my road. And what makes us so annoyed is not only are you disturbing our rocks, which I have constant traffic on these rocks because of the daycare, but you're driving on these rocks, you don't stop to like, hey, what's up?
And you probably hit the gas whenever you turn. Which moves them.
It goes, and then you just see these like rock points because we can't afford $15,000 for asphalt in our stupid long
And this particular
driveway.
person gets mad if a single rock gets moved in theirs. Just they don't listen, so it's fine.
It's yeah. So I was like, when I posted that, I was like, yeah, I'm doing that on the podcast. I'm so salty about it. I'm still salty.
I'm salty for you. You know how I feel about it.
Yeah. So, and I mean,
It's annoying and it's rude.
I know that our neighbors next door to us and the other ones on both sides of us, they cannot stand this 4-wheeler going up and down the driveway constantly during summertime, especially super late at night.
Yeah, especially late. Yeah, I was about to say late at night, especially.
And we don't have ACs in our house because we live in Alaska. So you sleep with your windows open.
Say so much on this podcast, but
it's fine. It's fine. I'm okay with it right now. We sleep with our windows open because it's cooler at night and we don't have ACs and it's hot. So if your dog is barking super late at night or anything, like everyone hears it.
yeah, and I have young children.
Yes.
Who go to bed at a somewhat reasonable time because they're 4 and 2.
Yeah.
Almost 2. Anyway,
so that was my neighborhood story.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you shared that.
I'm angry about it.
You know how I feel.
I know.
I guess you could take off things, but I don't want to risk.
I know.
They don't listen.
No, they don't.
All right, guys.
And I know their friend.
Do you want to read it or do you want me to?
No, I want you to.
You said you know their friends do?
I said I know their other friend doesn't.
Does she not?
I don't think she does. I saw her at Costco today.
Oh, you did? Was that awkward?
Yeah.
Oh.
We said hi and she was like, "What are you getting?" And I was like, "An air fryer."
Me.
And then we checked out in the self-checkout at the same time and
It's so awkward.
She didn't say anything to me.
So awkward.
I like showed up after her and like I smiled and she was like busy checking out and then like passed me and
Okay, I'm gonna get myself now. So to listen, you can find us on all platforms: iTunes, Spotify, Google, Amazon, wherever. I just found out we're on Amazon. I didn't realize we're on like Audible. Did you know that?
No,
Yeah,
I thought it was
we're on Audible.
My throat's making noises. No, I didn't know that. That's cool.
We're getting new places every day. You can rate and review us on iTunes. And where was the other place that you can actually review us? There's another Audible. I think it's on Audible. I believe you can review us also on Audible. But cool. iTunes is a big help for us. So please review and rate us.
Please.
Also follow us and like us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere. WWTN Podcast. And we also have a Facebook group that we like to interact on. It's our VIP group. We'll talk to you. We'll post funny things, post informative things, post stupid things. Oh crap. And on our website is what'swiththeneighbors.com.
On there you can get a link. You can find our link to our merch, and also we're doing a what is it called? A paint night. So check out our paint night link on there for our merch, and also a link to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/WWTN podcast. And you for $5 a month, you can get exclusive content to our episodes unedited, and $3 a month will get you and $3 a month exclusive content. And feel free to slide into our DMs with any questions, comments, or stories. And our email is wwtnpodcast@gmail.com. And have you checked in on the neighbors?
What's with the neighbors?
Rename me out! Our laptop's almost dead.
Say hi to your cats for us.
Say hi to our cats for us.
Meow.